Peace, peace. Happy now. Now is the vibrate. The rate at which we're vibing. We're not going too far in the future. We're not going too far in the past. Oh. Right now. Now is the vibrate. I want to talk about, I'm getting into some crystals. How sweet this Amegreen is. We're gonna kind of talk about the energies of this Amegreen. Matter of fact, you see those beautiful little lines in it, little chevron, and basically it's like a white quartz. And Amegreen is a mixture of amethyst, green amethyst, which is a prasiolite, in which I think I have done a video on prasiolite, and white quartz. But I just had to do a video on this crystal for more than one reason. One, because it's been a while since I did a crystal video like this, in that sense, just like general, just sharing about a crystal. But also because of its vibration, I realized, like, all right, other people could benefit from working with a crystal like this as well, But basically, the green amethyst, like, matter of fact, other than what it was, that crackle fire agate I had and I did a video about, and other than rose quartz, like, this has been like one of the most soothing and, like, I don't want to put this crystal down type of vibe, like, that I ever really had in a minute. Like, this has what I like to call like just a sweet, matter of fact, and I had to write this down in my own words, one of the sweetest, soothing, calming, stress relieving vibrations, again, in my experience, only comparable to, working with that crackle fire agate, rose quartz. And then on a constellation level, moss agate definitely gives me like a, because matter of fact, moss agate is another good one for balance. Matter of fact, most green crystals may, balance, because again, heart chakra balancing, the lower nature and the higher nature, balancing the masculine and feminine energies. That heart chakra meets, those two triangles meet in the middle to combine and make that Star David in the heart chakra. But definitely like, again, just soothing, calming, stress relieving, just make you feel, oh, again, almost like how I talk about rose quartz. You just feel like you're holding your mama in your hands, like, like, well, that mother-like energy that's just like, matter of fact, like the energy of Cancer, which we're gonna get into as well, because I'm also gonna talk about rainbow moonstone. But this Amegreen, matter of fact, basically like uniting the heart's vibration with the divine energy, and higher energies. Because matter of fact, this also, because of the amethyst vibes and the white quartz, is working with the, not only the crown chakra, but the higher transpersonal chakras. And I do have videos on the lesser known chakras. From like the soul star chakra, the interstellar gateway chakra. These high chakras also have the soma chakra, which is kind of it's like in between the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, like meets like at the top of our skull, but like still in our body at the tip top. And matter of fact, it's also said to be like where our auric field connects with our body, because of course you got the silver cord that is said to be connected, in the in that navel area, but also connected at the top of the skull as well. It's kind of like where that energy meets up and that card, in essence, connects. But and without going deep into that, matter of fact, again, I got videos on that. Back into this Amegreen, and again, it may be marketed as Amegreen, Amegreen, or some people may have it marked as prasiolite, Prasiolite, But this helps to promote compassion, and is great for emotional healing, and also stimulates psychic ability. And again, promoting that compassion. In order to love somebody else, we gotta love ourselves. So this will help with turning that love inward and making sure we loving ourselves. Because in order to love somebody else, I gotta love myself. I think about that Maya Angelou was an African proverb, but I read it because Maya Angelou brought it up in the book. But long story short, it's like it's basically like don't take a don't accept a shirt from somebody who is shirtless, you know. And basically, what it was in so many words saying is don't accept love from somebody who doesn't love themselves, or know that it isn't love. Like if a person doesn't love themselves, then what they showing you is not really love because they don't even love themselves. So how could they even again give you something that they don't even have for themselves? It's, again, like the shirt, like taking a shirt from somebody when they don't even have a shirt on their own back. So why are they giving you a shirt, or how like that same little vibe. But and again, realizing that again, all the situations that we deal with is a mirror reflection of our subconscious programming on the inside. So if we feel we're not worthy, because say for instance, a lot of partially one of the many factors that factored into me dealing with abundance, and dealing with sustaining manifestation of abundance is that feeling of worthiness. You know what I'm saying? Well, here it is. Again, I do videos, I do things, and I do things in a selfless act. Like really trying to help. But then just somewhere along the line, this vibe of unworthiness to come out. You know what I'm saying? And it's just practicing that vibration again of strong self-love, and not shaming yourself or making yourself guilty about certain actions, because again, that stems from that subconscious programming from a little kid when we were told, hey, this behavior is desirable and this behavior is undesirable. So then we started creating basically a situation in our psyche and our consciousness that created a shadow self, because we put all those things that society and our parents or our guardians say is undesirable behavior. We kind of push that to the side, and we try to run away from that aspect of what we did, or what we was thinking about dealing with that energy, and we create this shadow self. You know what I'm saying? But again, you gotta having that self-worth and that feeling of worthiness, you know what I'm saying, and knowing that by divine right you should prosper infinitely. Like look at the way that source is abundant. Matter of fact, that's why green crystals too point to abundance and prosperity, because I mean when you look at nature, like nature is abundant. Like when you look at nature, or like when you look at a beautiful garden, or you go in nature, like, bro, look at all those beautiful colors, like the abundance of colors and plants, and it's in a abundance. It's not like barren and you see a tree and it's cut by like it's leaning over and the roots hanging up and it don't have no leaves on it, and they don't even have no flowers, and the ground barren and don't have anything growing. That's a lack of abundance. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say we don't love that aspect. Like of course we still show love to it's unconditional love. So I love the barren parts of this earth, or this plane of existence, just like I love the abundant and beautiful plant life on this realm of existence. But again though, as I'm becoming my greatest version and being my greatest version, being interconnected to source and being in alignment with operating, again along the lines of source in so many words, as far as like again source is abundantly providing for us. Whenever we're taking care of ourselves, that's through abundance. And even though some people externalize it like, oh, God did this for me, but what, because again, you are God, ye are God, children of the Most High. When you're speaking about God, you're speaking about yourself, but that abundance, that prosperity, is what allows, money is energy. It's not like money when you look at it like money. then it kind of takes it out of context. But you look at it as energy that helps for you to sustain yourself and help others. That's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Again, because that's all it is, energy to help. You know, get things done on this physical realm of existence. You know, it's paper dollars. It could be boogers. It could be crystals. It could be bartering. Because what people fail to realize, like, oh, money, money, money. People worried about money. Now, again, of course, you don't want to be worried about the money itself, but it's like, oh, you worry about the money. Shit, bartering is a form of exchange of energy. Like, you're still taking care of yourself the same way that you would be if it was money. You know what I'm saying? So, to think that, oh, just because it's paper funds, now we doing something that's evil. Now, of course, the intentions, that was tried to be put behind this paper money was to take us away from our, spiritual and soul aspect. But again, even bartering is the same as dealing with currency. It's just instead of energy in the form of a paper, is energy in the form of providing services for each other, or a certain good or product or something of that nature. But it's still exchange of energy nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? Exchange of energy. And again, so we're talking about that abundance and prosperity. Again, when you loving yourself, when you feeling that worthiness, and again, it's dealing with emotional healing. In a lot of cases, we done been traumatized emotionally about some type of way of dealing with abundance and prosperity. But again, the emotional healing that comes with this crystal, just in general, not just dealing with abundance, but you see how because a form of unworthiness is kind of like a certain level of emotional feeling. In essence, you have to feel unworthy, in essence. And again, it also stimulates the psychic abilities, the amethyst, and matter of fact, the white quartz within it as well. It strengthens intuition in a paradoxical way. It causes rapid growth of the intuition, but it's not due to you actually moving fast, like, oh, I gotta hurry up and do this, I gotta hurry up and do this, I gotta move on this, I gotta move on. You know what I'm saying? It's not causing rapid growth from you actually rapidly moving, but it's like, again, in a paradoxical nature, allowing for you to kind of just calm yourself, and kind of, and move, again, a little more less with that, fiery masculine energy of like, gotta act, and kind of just slow it down. Again, heart chakra, balance, what I'm saying? Bringing that balance within the heart, so it helps to strengthen the intuition, and providing a rapid growth with intuition. So, rapid growth in the intuitive, place, working with Amegreen, be good. Also amplifies the connection with the Devic Kingdom. So working with the elementals, the fairies, the gnomes, the salamanders, the seals. Matter of fact, I did a video a while back. I got like 2 videos I did on the Devic Kingdom, because I remember one I did in San Bernardino. I almost remember I was sitting by the library, on side of the library, doing one of them, and then one when I was in Baton Rouge. But definitely check that out. Devic, D-E-V-I-C, Devic Kingdom, or elementals. But it helps find connection, with the elementals. And again, that's also a connection with the Twa people. The Twa people of Africa, the Pygmy people. Those shark people, in essence. Those beings on the physical plane also, in essence, when they transitioning, that'll be the beings that are the fairies and the gnomes, and connected with the elementals, the Twa people. Basically they like the elementals in the physical form, in essence, if you really, in so many words. But again, helping with that connection to the plant life, and again, there is some type of, we dealing with, raising the divine feminine energy up, you know, and the heart chakra also deals, you know, with Venus, you know, that, you know, it's no coincidence that the heart chakra deals more with a, you know, a feminine energy than masculine, you know. When we look at men, you know, and men kind of got like that super tough love, you know. And although it has its place, you know, tough love does has its place, you know. Because matter of fact, that's the masculine aspect of Source. You know, whenever Source showing us that tough love, in essence, that's that masculine love, you know. But then we got that motherly love, that rose quartz love, you know what I'm saying? That real heart chakra, you know, again, Cancerian moon-like love. You know, because matter of fact, it's no coincidence that, you know, in a live video recently, you know, and just in general, like how everything, all information and stuff is paralleling and coming together. But like with that triple goddess energy, you know, and working with the moon energy, you know, again, and I did a video speaking on working with Hecate, you know, which is a connection with that again, the triple moon energy, triple moon goddess, or the triple goddess, you know, and also though, you know, and also pointed to Demeter, which is like the earth energy. But you think about earth, the Amegreen for earth is heart, you know what I'm saying? You know, heart and earth is basically like the same word. You think about earth, you know, you think about the green, you know, because that's also part of grounding. Of course, we got like the root chakra grounding, but you know, the heart chakra, again, it's almost like you know, like a balanced grounding. Like it's like being grounded and balanced in higher nature, you know, meeting in the middle again. This is also a good crystal for the higher heart and soul star chakra, you know. So basically, it's stimulating those transpersonal and higher chakras while bringing those energies down into the solar plexus. Because matter of fact, this is also a good crystal to boost creativity, joy, inspiration, and willpower. You know what I'm saying? So great for willpower. You know, because also that heart chakra is sitting right above that sun, that solar plexus sun. You know, and where that confident and you know, that joy, willpower, I should say, comes from that willpower and that solar plexus. So also great for that as well. Uh, just the general protection from negativity, of course. You know, great crystal to protect from negativity with that amethyst and that you know, that white quartz. Definitely gonna amplify that energy. Basically, help raising your vibration. When your vibration is raised, it's harder for you to take on these lower vibrations and negativity. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna stay when you're vibrating at a higher frequency. You know, you're gonna vibe in a place where you're not even gonna allow for yourself to stoop down to those lower vibrational levels. You know, and which on my growth, I see like, you know, trying to learn how to balance myself. Sometimes I've, you know, lowered my energy instead of like uh, being authentic and just opening my and being open to communicating with, you know, people that may not be vibrating on the same frequencies as me. You know, is a little different. You know, as far as like being able to connect with people and meet them where they at, compared to you just completely like dimming your light and lowering your light and then stooping down to that vibrational level, which is hence hindering your spiritual growth. You know, by you doing that, you don't want to do that. You know, again, and it's not about people pleasing. You know, the heart chakra is about being authentic and is about discernment. You know, in essence, discernment, but not the discrimination on the egotistical level. It's more so, again, speaking to discernment, being able to say, hey, no matter if this person has a smile on their face and they seem like they're trying to be nice, that actually I could feel the energy of them wanting to harm me. So I have to use that discernment and acknowledge that my intuition is telling me that even though they're smiling at me, there's a little subtle energy of misleadingness under that. So because I love myself, I'm gonna follow my intuition and not deal with that person. Compared to like, well, no, they smiling, they look like they're nice, so I'm gonna just go with it because, you know, I just want to be nice and I just want to please everybody. So since this person's smiling, I don't want to make them frown by not opening up to them. So let me, and then here it is where somebody just smiling just to tell up your energy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, you know, when you strong in that, when you balance in that heart chakra, you have a stronger discernment, you know. And lastly, promoting deep, relaxed stillness, and basically aiding in communication with higher self. Helping to be still and relax, whether it's for just a quiet mind meditation, or just to relax and calm yourself to get ready to contact higher self. But definitely, and this crystal also is connected with that violet flame energy and Saint Germain. In fact, I remember Bobby Himmin speaking about Saint Germain, where the Moors kind of used it to like use that energy of Saint Germain to help guide the Europeans, like early, like when the Moors were in Spain, and they set up these 16 universities in Europe, or I think, or well, basically I think it may have been in Spain, but I think it was in Europe in general. But anyway, which I have a video that speak about that anyway. But basically what Saint Germain was like, this person set up to help, again, raise raise up the Europeans of the time. Because again, this has nothing to do is the actuality of the story. It's not, because again, I can see if I'm telling this like, yeah, those dumbass Europeans, what I'm saying, or those smart Moors, the Moors are so smart. Like, no, I'm just retelling the story. You know what I'm saying? Like, just sharing the story. So that's why I have no vibe of like wearing like, because at one time, again, that was just more so me just being over negative and guilty and pessimistic. But like, I have no reason to, like if somebody commented like, oh, you're being racist, like I know I'm not. So, it don't even, affect me, because again, just speaking on the true aspects of the situation. But again, connection with Saint Germain and the violent flame energy. Now, rainbow moonstone, which I don't know if you can see that. That shine and glimmer it got. The rainbow moonstone, of course, is going to deal with that Cancerian energy, because, Cancer is the sign connected to the moon. But it's basically going to amplify the inner feminine energy and the inner feminine goddess. And again, like right now, we coming up in a society, like we've been in a society that been over masculinized, like heavily, to the point where the only way for us to, really, start moving to a place of balance is to bring in a strong divine feminine energy. And as that divine feminine energy come through, and presents itself, it's going to continuously work on, lowering that masculinity to a level of being more balanced, with the feminine energy. But which, even though it's going to be, again, an integration or a balance of these energies, it's still going to kind of lean towards us being more, and I say more on the feminine side, but just connected more to that right brain, intuitive, again, we are the chaos beings that when I say we, again, because I have to be actual with it, because all of us are not, like, again, there's different levels of the situation. Of course, we are all one, just like how in this body, all parts of this body is not made out of the same thing. In essence, same thing with external. When I say not made out of the same thing, of course, technically made out of the same thing, because again, we're in this physical matrix, but it's like on a soul level, some of us come from different places. Let's just say it like that. What I'm saying? Some of us on a soul level, are a little more elder than others. Let's just say it like that. And some of us come from this primordial mother energy. So, this chaos, this divine Kundalini Shakti energy, that predates the rest of the body. Matter of fact, because when you think about it, as above, so below, in this body, this bodysuit, like say, my bodysuit been around for 31 years, but the Kundalini energy, and chakras inside this body been around way longer. You know what I'm saying? So even though again all this body is made of the same thing technically, there is certain aspects within your body that is, again, uh, may come from different places. Let's just say. But again, it's going to amplify that inner feminine goddess, and this crystal embodies that magical, emotional, intuitive vibration of the moon. Matter of fact, also connected with labradorite, because labradorite is another feldspar. That matter of fact, that has like that I forgot what you call it, like not chatoyancy, but like like when you it has like a little rainbow shimmer inside of it, labradorite and rainbow moonstone. That's how that's what you're dealing with. And of course, pore grades of it. And we check out my video, that a long video I did on crystals. It's like a 2-hour video, but I go into depth at the different aspects of crystals, because that's how you determine quality. Like a grade A crystal is a crystal that really displays the unique aspects of that crystal. So uniquely, moonstone has like a little shimmer inside of it. So if you got a moonstone but it don't show that unique aspect to the fullest, then that's a lower grade of that crystal compared to a crystal that really shows that aspect, and that's a higher grade of that crystal. But again, dealing with that magical energy, and again connected to that Hecate energy, and you start to see like the divine feminine, primordial, chaos energy, and when we talk about magic, magic always points to, dealing with those Ephanium, Enochian beings, or the great old ones, it deals with Hecate and the moon energy. And when you're doing spells and stuff like that, you have to be aware of the moon cycles, you know what I'm saying? That goes into the magic, and Hecate, helping Demeter in the in the Greek pantheon, like helping Demeter go into the underworld to find Persephone, into the depths of the subconscious, that moon energy helped to go into the depths of the subconscious by helping to tap in deeply into the emotions, and really do some deep healing, and when you're able to do some deep healing on that level, you're able to, program your subconscious mind in a manner that will really help to amplify your magic, you know what I'm saying? So you see that whole little the correlation. Now, when in men, rainbow moonstone may influence the right brain, promote emotional balance and creativity. So, not making you, again, because there is a balance. Of course, we electromagnetic beings. There's a feminine and masculine aspect, in in every every being's bodysuit or whatever. There's that. Again, Ida Pangala. What it is, negative and positive, feminine, masculine. But anyway, it helps to balance out that are, how I say, awaken. So matter of fact, and this is the equivalent to like the video I did not too long ago about Navaratri, the 9-night festival connecting to Kali Ma, and again that primordial mother energy. And matter of fact, that Navaratri festival dealing with helping men to connect more with the divine feminine energy within themselves, to give up that old macho bravado, fake masculinity / indirect homosexuality. Because when you think about it, again, like with football, and they done did it from frats to football to in our neighborhoods, in the hood, in the hood. And again, as I'm talking about this, I'm not trying to make fun of these brethren in that manner, because again, we all done been duped or something in some type of way, form, or fashion, through chemical warfare, through subconscious and social engineering, mental warfare, like all that, so we all basically, soldiers out here recovering, you know what I'm saying, in essence. But like, in the hood, we got that aspect of the brethren that's like, oh man, fuck them women, man, fuck. And again, just for the example of it, just to give you that realm of, like, fuck them hoes, or, oh, man, you should be down with your homies, you should be down with your brethren, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck them females, fuck them. And like, here it is again from a distorted, you know, way of looking at the situation. Somebody will say, "Oh yeah, that's a man. Look at how he like hard this and that." But again, but indirectly, you keeping yourself away from women, and you always want to be around a man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, again, it that's how deep the trickery of, again, these people who's trying to oppress, how deep they done got into learning how to tap into people's psyches and confuse people. You know what I'm saying? And if I told this to, again, a gangster or football player, and or somebody that's in that ego of dealing with that masculinity, they wouldn't be able to see it and be stuck further into that sickness. You know what I'm saying? But again, it's like, like, the frat, like, oh, that's my frat brother, and we whip each other in the ass. And then my brethren showed me a video where brethren was like, to join the frat, they took an egg and put it in, like a raw egg, cracked it in one brethren mouth, and he had to lean and put it in the next brethren mouth, and that brethren put it in the next brethren mouth. And like I was telling my brethren, I understand the fact of, when we connect and we want to have a certain level of, brotherhood, sisterhood, a strong connection. But again, it's going about it from a supremely physical aspect. Because here it is, instead of passing the egg in each other's mouth on a physical level, because that's where it comes from, then we looking at it from more of a European aspect, and the aspect where, they do a lot of things with the mind frame, well, not say the mind frame, but in the essence of being disconnected from higher self, like with them lacking a stronger spiritual connection, they promote things to be done on a physical level. So say for instance that brotherhood could have been replaced with a group meditation, you know what I'm saying, where we could have, meditated and created a stronger telepathic link, instead of fucking putting the egg in each other's mouth and passing it down. Again, we men and we hop around, and again, I'm not knocking nobody, frat none, but I'm just telling you the reality of it, where as the results come and the facts come out, this is a fact that this is, again, like I forgot the name of it, because there is a name for it, like reverse homosexual, whatever. And again, this is not knocking nobody's sexual orientation either. This is just speaking on the aspect of it. But again, so back to, again, Moonstone. But, connecting us with that feminine energy, and balancing us off. But again, with the feminine energy, more so not being feminine, but the feminine energy deals with creativity, it deals with intuition, it deals with emotional balance, or dealing with emotions. So it doesn't mean we're going to act like a woman, you know what I'm saying? Because again, these brethrens, not acting like men, wanting to use a woman, like, that's not a man. A man don't want to take advantage of a woman. A man will want to take care of, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not trying to, that's not masculinity. But anyway, the rainbow moonstone is going to help, balance that connection to that feminine energy and not make you feminine, you know what I'm saying? Because again, and as I'm saying this, and I always make this joke with, matter of fact, blessings to any of the family who out there it may be, where their sexual orientation may be homosexual. But I always make the joke, I'm like, because even if you are homosexual, you gotta respect and see the aspect of, like the heterosexuality of, this plane of existence. Of course there is androgynous beings, of course, again, there's so many different levels of existence, stuff like that. But again, in this realm of existence we living in, like, matter of fact, I use the joke, I'm like, a homosexual person wouldn't be allowed to be here and be homosexual if it wasn't for heterosexuality, like, if it wasn't for the aspect of, again, how the energies brought this together in this realm of existence, like, masculine comes together with feminine energies to manifest things, and that's on the energetic level as well. You know what I'm saying? It's not just us on a physical level. So in order for somebody to be homosexual, it took a heterosexual act for them to be here. So as much as, again, that, and where you start to see where you would be steeping into that egotistical mode if you're not just aware of the truth, like just not acknowledging the truth. The truth is what is, you know what I'm saying? Again, it ain't nobody trying, like, if somebody speaks on the truth and you feel like you're being, like, somebody's trying to tear you down or something like that, then you're identifying too much with, a certain identity or a persona, or, you're identifying too much with your sexual orientation, you're identifying too much with your bodysuit, you're identifying too much, with a certain thought form or idea, you know what I'm saying? And when anything that comes against it, and it could even be, again, where even in truth, where something speaks up in a truthful manner, so not lying on anything, but because it comes at this identity you're trying to protect, it's just like, oh well, no, that's not right, or this, nah, it's just truth, and you're trying to hold on to identity. You could still be, what you are. You can still be who you are, what you are, without having to hold on to the identity of, you know what I'm saying? There's a difference, like I love my little melanated bodysuit, but that ain't all I am, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not just, a human with a melanated bodysuit. I'm sourced on the human experience, So now with the woman energy, it's gonna tone down the over aggressiveness, So matter of fact, how they done played us with the phytoestrogen vibes, and also with the social engineering of, like, trying to create a overly masculine woman, like a stand up for your rights and be independent, like fuck the men, fuck your, fuck a family, just be out there independent by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, so indirectly, again, trying to turn a woman into, aggressive, in essence, like, creating aggressive masculinity within women, So Rainbow Moonstone will help to balance that energy out. And matter of fact, I always speak to that. That's also the reason why, matter of fact, this Moonstone deal with, intuition, and the moon deals with woman. Moon also dealing with water, because, the moon has an effect on water, as well, And we 70% water, so if the moon is, causing the waves to move a certain way, externally, it's causing some type of little movement in the waters internally as well. And again, what I was going to speak about is, like, that's why, in most cases, women are depicted as psychics in movies and stuff like that, or just in general, like, women tend to be more psychic because they're tapped into that, emotional energy in that right brain, while, society, promotes that over masculinity, that over logic, and basically that over masculinity promotes a vibe to not even deal with emotions at all. Like, you a bitch if you cry. You know what I'm saying? That type of bullshit. Like, so, again, the reason why men is not, are normally not as intuitive, because they're not balancing their right brain, and balancing that feminine energy and that emotional energy. They're not tapped into that emotional energy. It's kind of shut down through the vibes of, overly logic, being overly logical. Rainbow Moonstone also amplifies the frequency of synchronicity. It boosts the openness to new possibilities, you know what I'm saying? Because, again, to allow synchronicity and manifestation, or, magic to happen, you got to be open to new possibilities. But to be open to new possibilities, you got to, tap into that, go into the depths of that subconscious mind and rearrange some things in order to manifest. Because, again, our subconscious mind is like a constant signal that we putting out, and the things externally come to us due to the signal that our subconscious mind is putting out there, just like a radio, you know what I'm saying? We tune into a station, that's what energy is going to come to us on the physical level. But again, boosting the openness to new possibilities, and you also see that cycle of death and rebirth, again, that Hecate energy with Demeter, because Demeter deals with, like, that death and rebirth cycle, or like the winter solstice in essence. you know. Matter of fact, also dealing with the crossroads, so you know, new possibilities. We meet at the crossroads where it's like, all right, time to make a decision. But we at the crossroads right here. You know, matter of fact, again, that's why in the gargoyles, you know, and matter of fact, that also stems from Macbeth, the story of Macbeth or whatever. But like that triple goddess, those three witches, you know, it's basically like that Hecate energy that shows up whenever you at a crossroads of some type of little energy or something like that. You know, so you know, definitely dealing. And matter of fact, new possibilities also kind of point. You know, crossroads is also Papa Legba energy. You know, those crossroads. But definitely boosting the openness to new possibilities. And again, strongly boost the intuition and psychic abilities. Boosting inner awareness and recognition of destiny. So basically, boosting your inner awareness. That's what I always talk about. It's like as much as you know, we want to, you know, it benefits us on our growth to, you know, get information from our reflections. You know, to watch a video or you know to read a book or whatever. Because a book in essence is somebody wrote it, so that's still, you know, coming from a, you know, certain reflection of ourselves, you know, externally, but always remembering to, you know, always work on amplifying your inner guidance, always work on amplifying your intuition. Like, if anything, if I just had to say two things, if I had to just like spiritual growth, if I could only say you had to do two things on your spiritual growth, what would it be? Now, of course, it would be without necessarily saying what actions you would have to take to, you know, get the particulars of it. But the two, you know, main things, you know, I would say is, again, reprogramming your subconscious, or programming your subconscious, you know, to basically be in alignment. Well, two things but one thing in the same. Program your subconscious to be in alignment with your inner awareness, your intuition, and inner source and guidance. You know what I'm saying? To be in alignment with your soul purpose. Getting your subconscious on a level where it's no longer controlled by external teachings and habits and things that you were taught externally, but more so dealing with the inner guidance and soul purpose, and, you know, dealing with your true inner self. You know, like that's one of the, because once you in tune, once you get everybody else noise out of you, in tune with your inner guidance, you know, everything just moves from there. You're gonna be guided to, you know, to interact and deal with things, you know, that's beneficial to your soul growth. You know, that's why, like, again, and I don't know if I made a video about that, I spoke to that, but like you know, working on the subconscious mind and getting in alignment of, like, you know, getting your subconscious mind in alignment with your soul purpose and inner guidance, it'll have us operate on a level where we would basically eliminate like indecisiveness and like, I wonder if I should do this, I wonder if I should do that. We'll be so subconsciously in alignment with our true purpose and true self that, you know, we'll never have these little doubts and logic that, you know, logic will still be used, but it won't step up in a way that's hindering and making us like second guess our inner guidance and intuition that, you know, spoke already. But yeah, definitely help with boosting the inner awareness and boosting the recognition of our destiny, or the recognition of your soul purpose, where it's gonna really show you like those things that you're really good at, those things that you love, you know, the things that you love to do and love to deal with, you know, basically, again, pointing out that, I guess, to a certain extent, going into the depths and helping you to point out your uniqueness, in essence, you know, internally, and that again help you recognize, because destiny is basically like a destination. You know, this also helps to maintain balance through the cycles of the moon. You know, doing that ebb and flow within our growth. So not just in general, like, well, so generally, you know, within our growth, there's a constant, you know, constant cycles in the ebb and flow of energies. You know, sometimes the energies may be strongly supporting us in one area, strongly supporting another area, you know, because matter of fact, with all these different planetary energies, you know, connecting with us, you know, it creates different cycles, different ebb and flow, you know what I'm saying? Just like, because again, that's one of the Hermetic principles. Everything has rhythm, you know, which is like everything has a rise and a fall or a cycle to it, you know, and this crystal helps for us to maintain a certain level of balance when dealing with that ebb and flow of our growth, but also dealing with the moon cycles. Again, this is a great crystal to have, you know, to be dealing with when we're going through like full moon and new moon cycles. And just a good crystal to have in general too. Like this, like how they say, like this is one for the medicine bag right here to always have. And also, again, on as above, so below. You know, the moon cycle correlates with the female cycle. Matter of fact, and I think about a video by Behemoth was talking about like with the month of February and like how on a human level we look at it, it's like, oh man, you know, Black History Month is only 28 days, but it's like shit. But on a divine God like level, it's like shit. It's perfectly in alignment with the 28 days of the cycle in essence. You know, with the female, you know. As a matter of fact, again, that all points back to that Lilith energy, you know, that primordial, you know, sexual Kundalini Shakti. You know what I'm saying? Basically, but you know, it aids women through their cycle. You know, again, connecting with the moon energy and dealing with their own, you know, cycle within their being. You know. But you know, so matter of fact, also like working with this and carnelian, you know, good for that sacral chakra and good for, you know, again, matter of fact, and also with hematite for like PMS symptoms. You know, working with rainbow moonstone, and again that magic energy. You know, that triple goddess energy, that triple moon energy. Matter of fact, again, check out my live video I just recently did, where I spoke to that and the Demeter energy, and also the Great Old Ones vibe. And the video I did on the primordial mother is going to connect to that vibe as well and help give insight. And then also, lastly on the list, amplifying lucid dreaming. You know, so if you ever want to, you know, amplify the lucidity, you know, the lucidness or the vividness of your dreams, because basically it will, too, you know, you got your aspect of just dreaming and lucid dreaming, meaning like where you're so vividly in your dream to the point where you're consciously aware while in your dream. You know, because you know what, we got dreams of how we feel like we just going with the flow of whatever, you know, the dream has us going with. But then you got that aspect of where you're in the dream and you know you're dreaming, but you actually kind of consciously have more control over what you do in the dream. You know, that's speaking more so to the lucid dreaming, you know, as well. So lucid dreaming, not just, you know, vivid dreams, but also when you're dreaming and you become consciously aware within your dream and able to, you know, act within that dream. Because again, that's where, you know, the place that I'm working on to get to a place of dealing with my dream, you know, dealing with dreams a little more strongly. But also realizing, again, everything is happening for a reason as well, you know, and I connect more so, you know, while awake in the physical realm, you know. Again, because that's just dealing with the uniqueness of my energy on my spiritual growth. That's where I'm at with it, you know. Again, that may not be like that for all of us, you know. And of course, again, that dream realm is definitely where, like, when we talk about talking to our spirit guides and doing, you know, work on those higher realms, stuff like that, you know, that dream realm is definitely, you know, where we can build those strong connections. But that's basically it, you know. Again, that heart chakra, Amegreen, you know, almost like the green goddess in that sense, you know, the moon goddess. But definitely some great crystals to work with right now. And matter of fact, which, you know, I'm going to constantly be working on, you know, because I'm going to eventually have a crystal shop and all that as well. But, you know, only reason why I'm not, you know, because I want to start having, you know, making sure that, like, when I bring up certain crystals that I actually be able to provide those crystals as well. So as I do the video, it's like a, Yep, and you could also, order one. But like, again, it's not like the where I'm getting it from is not at wholesale price. And that what dealing with shipping and this and that. Like, again, you see how energy works. Of course you want to help others, but you gotta be able to help yourself. And if I'm not making sure revenue comes back for me to buy more crystals and to make sure I'm able to ship more, like if I'm just like, well, let me buy it for this high price and then not get the return on the money, then I'm not able to even, do it more, because again, it takes that energy, you know. And on another level, again, I don't want to tax. I feel like, for how much I would have to charge to get the return on, you know, me dealing with it at the prices that I'm around right now, that that's attainable to me. Like I would have to charge too much, so it's like I won't even do it. Then like it would be better for you to just go on the internet or go visit the local crystal shops around you. If you don't have no local crystal shops, again, whether you go on Etsy or matter of fact, healingcrystals.com is also they also sell crystals as well, but tapping into that energy. But that's basically it. Connecting and remembering, these are tools. This doesn't, like it's up to us to do the inner work. Not these crystals. These crystals are tools. They help. Just matter of fact, speaking of, the energy of currency, what I'm saying, our current, that flow of energy, is also a tool. It's a tool that we use, while on our growth. Because I had to realize, that it would be, pointless or insane, like to sit around not being able to help myself and others. Like, how is that, being abundantly sourced? Like, how is that being abundant or being sourced if I'm sitting down not being able to take care of myself and others? And again, that's not turning money into, like, ooh, money. Like, cause again, that's when you take it away from it being an energy, and then you focus on like the actual physicality of, ooh, money, I gotta have it, money. Like more so in the sense of just possession of money than actually just having a flow of current or flow of currency or energy to make sure you're sustaining yourself and being able to help others and do the things that you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're doing what you love and operating at a high frequency, then you're being able to not only be the change you want to see, operating at a high frequency, and being that beacon of energy, but also being able to help those people as well, with that energy. But that's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not going too far in the future. Not going too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.